Chapter 2. The Rage. The Isle of Darkest Night is a place of eternal gloom. Not even the tiniest shreds of sunlight can ever reach it. It is said that long ago, the Great Mother, the goddess of the oceans, espied the light of the heavens. Only in darkness was she able to create her creations, continent-sized and incomprehensible. Hence why she made the isle and blocked it from the sunlight, so she could not be seen, and thus was free to make anything as much as she'd like. You take a cautious stroll through the isle. The air reeks of a powerful rot. The smell bleeds into your lungs, hence seems to rip at wounds against it. You recognize the scent to be the result of centuries of a goddess's experimentation, dead bodies of twisted amalgamations listening to the beach and soil. Eventually, amidst all the darkness, you recognize one source of light piercing the void. It can only be the bag of stars. It's emo. You chase the light. Your footsteps thump against sand and rotting flesh until you are face to face with the familiar figure. On your way to Libulan, the moon god stands from a tall, heavy stone he once stood on. His shawl is no longer on his head. Instead, a dark cloth is wrapped around his shoulders. It's as if half of what made Libulan who he is gone, replaced by a deity of skepticism and mistrust. He scrutinizes you with an intensity strong enough to pierce through flesh.
I did not think you'd abandon your mountain.
I have a promise of Phil.
Of course. I was a fool to expect you would side with me. Let me guess. You could not resist his light and shine. His long, pointed sword.
I think this is a metaphor. Chat, is this a metaphor?
Oh god.
Long, pointed, hard sword in his bulging muscles.
Anyways, a warm blush creeps around your face, but you do not falter.
Why would you think that way?
Am I at fault for that? Be honest with me. You have nothing to lose or benefit from the theft of the stars. You advocate for a cause too big for you to care. Why else would you go with Liadlo but to gain his affections? I know it's because of my brother. Always my brother.
What do you have against your brother? I do not feel anything for Liadlo. How do you know? Move the story forward. Put a shirt on. Kill him. What do you have against your brother?
He has been nothing but good and understanding towards you. Yet you rebel like your actions are not sowing chaos.
You think that because you've heard only one side of the story. If I told you mine, your perspective would be different.
Then tell me, so I can understand.
Will you? Or will you be like the countless gods, charmed by my brother who told me to be grateful instead? I have recounted my story 1,000 times, and in all those times I have been misjudged for it. What makes you think you will be any different?
If 1,000 gods all judged you wrong, then perhaps you are the one mistaken here. I'm not here to judge, only to listen. That is, if you let me. Or, I don't need to hear your story to know you're such a wretch. Honestly, yeah. Snatch his wig. I'm snatching his mood from behind him. Libulan scoffs at the insult you and recoils. He regains his composure a few seconds after he glares at you.
Excuse me? My brother truly twisted your image of me that much, huh? Perhaps this is the reason why everyone hates me. They get to hear his version first.
I doubt that. You have done nothing but bring me trouble for the moment we met.
Libulan pauses briefly.
So that is all I am to you. A problem.
You give no reply to that. The two of you already know the answer. I do not feel anything for Liat Lao.
Sure you do. If not romance, then what is it? A genuine belief for good? I cannot believe that.
You roll your eyes.
Believe what you will.
You wanna see the how did you know response? How did you know that I want the big tittied tiger? Yeah.
Oh, please. My brother has 1,000 husbands, wives, and friends to his name. No one has ever denied him his bedding, nor has he denied anyone. You will certainly not be the first to reach his pants.
You can twist my words however you like. That does not change what I'm about to do. Le Boulon takes one step backward.
Careful now. I still have the stars with me.
But you march forward anyway. Le Boulon quickly unties the pouch once again and puts his hand inside. But before he does anything, you are already upon him. The pouch of stars opens. Some of its contents spill onto Le Boulon's face and body before hitting the ground. You grip Le Boulon's wrist and raise it above you.
Let me go.
Okay, I think that is not the most appropriate way of saying that. He whines, tugging against your grasp as hard as he can. But you are death itself, and you are not to be defeated by some mere deity of the night.
I grew tired of these games. Give me the stars, so they shall be returned to the day sky and bring peace to the heavens once again.
I will not be stifled.
Do you understand?
I cannot care.
You hold on Le Boulon's hand, constricts a little harder. Le Boulon groans in pain. He shoots you a sharp glare.
Do you understand?
Fine. I understand.
You release your hold of Le Boulon, the moon god falling to the ground as he rubs his wrist with his free hand. You bend down to pick up the pouch of stars. Without a word, you turn your back on him as he begins to walk away.
Will you at least hear me out before you leave?
You face Le Boulon one more time. He sits, legs splayed on the sand, still rubbing the injury on his wrist. Though he avoids meeting your gaze, the tone in his voice suggests you ought to stay for a moment more. There's nothing for you to hear, or we can listen. I wanna listen. You sigh and return to look at Le Boulon. You cannot help but still feel a sense of pity for the thief.
Go on.
I was born the elder of 2 brothers. Still, for whatever reason, father had nothing to give me, but had everything to share with Liat Lao. He was given the stars, the clouds, and the skies. Everything relied on and shined on him. But all I was given was the dark, the soft body of the moon to guide mortal paths forward. If that was the end of it, I would have been fine. But it was not. Mortals always chose my brother. Plants rely on him. Whatever I have to my name are but mere curses alone. I am where monsters begin to hunt. I am where children draw their first nightmares. And Liat Lao never paid me any sympathy for it. Not a single tear. Not even when I asked him for a portion of his stars a long time ago. Do this to a man for countless centuries. Deny him light and shroud him in void. That is what I am. What I was given. Do you not feel it too? The pain and scorn for being nothing.
You cannot help but agree. Many mortals fear the whisper of your name alone, and gods have made pacts just to ensure you do not touch whom they love. It is a painful thing to be resented simply for existing.
So I took the stars. I took them in the hopes that if I did, I would perhaps be someone worth looking at, finally.
Le Boulan's voice begins to tremble.
Death, please, understand me. Let me be someone, something, so I can be looked at even just for a fraction of time.
We only have one option. We must fulfill our promise to Liadlau. I'm sorry, Le Boulan. I cannot do it. It is a gravely wrong thing to pursue what would cause others great misery. With that, you turn to leave the moon god.
You truly are despicable.
Chapter 3. The Dark. You return to your mountain and wait there until dusk. Sunlight begins to descend from the horizon, bathing the mountain in a gilded hue. A few moments later, Liadlau stands before you, swordless, yet dressed still in golden colors. His warm fur sways in a cool breeze as he greets you once again, with a gesture of his hand.
There's Death! Did you bring the pouch of stars, like I asked?
Of course.
You hand Liadlau the stars. His whiskers perk up, tail dancing in the wind at the side of it. He takes them from your hand and unties its little knot. When he sees that they are exact as he asked, he gives out a chuckle.
I will have to make the sky secure next time. Make sure no one steals them again.
How so?
I will find a way.
Follow me to the mountains, P. Death, I have something to show you.
You walk with Liadlau side by side and watch him. The faint undersmell of sweat and sun on his muscle-coiled body, the way his legs flex with the movement. Your breath is lost in your throat as you observe him. The two of you eventually stop at the peak of the mountain. He stands before it all, tail flicking with hands on his hips. The tiger's fur, brushed by the wind, flickers like ruddy fireflies. His hand scrapes your bicep, the claws of his fingers, a delicious bite on your skin. And then he pulls you close. You gaze at him. Mortals say the eyes are the key to the spirit. And as you reflect back to those words, you realize immediately how right they are. For you see it, the warm shape of his soul, as he shares in your gaze, equally spellbound, equally smitten, like the sunfall cascading on his face. He is the morning itself, breaking the day and weaving it all at once. And you yearn for it, desire it, his air, his scent, the hard texture of his strength underneath the hotness of his fur, the feel of it alone, a thing you will remember for 1,000 years to come. Most of all, he is him, so selfishly, honestly, so gorgeously him. You could be stolen for all sense and light, but a taste of sweat lining down his neck would lead you to the furthest ends of the world for him.
Thank you, really. I mean it to the deepest depths of my heart. If it were not for you, I would not have been able to get the stars back.
How can I ever repay this debt of mine?
You laugh.
There's no need for payment. Now we do it all again, just for the heavens alone.
Did the Twink brat for Chadley to tie you out?
What about me? What if it meant nothing to the stars and the heavens? Just me? Would you still have done it?
Perhaps.
Among the sky-high birds, the snaking rivers, and the hidden echoes of lizards inside trees, are you and he together, questionless, the result of infinite answers made one. Liudlao speaks, breathful.
No one has ever told me death could be so beautiful.
And or is it just a twilight?
You. 1,000 times you. But if twilight lets you believe that you are beautiful, then I could stop the dusk from falling. Just a bit. A little bit. All for you. Just say the word, and I will do it.
That would ruin what we work hard to fix, do we not?
You are right. In my pursuit of you, I had forgotten the heavens in between.
He lets you go. The sun god raises his hand to the heavens and sees that they have descended just enough for you to reach, like touching the ceiling of a stone palace.
Watch me.
Liudlao unties the knot that binds the pouch closed. The tie falls between your feet, forgotten as he dips his fingers into the open cloth. With deft, star-stained fingers, he reaches for the heavens and paints across the ceiling. The stars spread across the heavens like dye on water. Soon enough, you have constellations of bears, archers, of lions' long-gone partners.
Have you ever met one of my mortal husbands, Surendra?
Liudlao stops looking at you.
I mean, of course you have met him. You are death. What I mean to say is, do you remember him?
Of course I do. When I delivered him, he was happy.
Did he ever tell you about me?
You give it a thought.
He did. And he told me of how you pretended to be mortal just to catch his eye.
But truly?
A hot blush gathers on his face.
That was embarrassing. Though I guess we were all young and foolish ones, weren't we? I still remember my first lover, Mantaragnon. How in my rage, I accidentally killed her, and could not love for decades until I was met again. This is the curse of being a god, Siddhapa. You remember and know everything, yet keep them all in your heart like gold.
Liudlao wipes the tears on his face.
Will you just stand there, Death? Paint with me.
I'm no painter.
Liudlao holds your hand, the grip strong as stone, pushing it into the pouch.
Worry not. It's easy. Whatever you like. Just draw it.
Liudlao guides your hand to the heavens and helps you paint a line across the dust-streaked sky. Your fingers tremble as he lets go, but the moment the stars spread, suddenly it is easy. Or rather, your motions are calmer than they first were. You are unskilled, your movements wobbly. There is, after all, no art in death. You are merely the audience for what fate and fertility themselves have to give you. Life is but a reaction to what you are. In the end, you manage to draw a dog made purely out of simple, broad strokes. Though it is nothing compared to what Liudlao has made, it satisfies you that you have something in the day sky made with your own name and finger. Liudlao slaps your back and guffaws.
What is that? I can hardly tell what it is.
You were the one who asked me to draw, and I told you it won't be good.
Liudlao chuckles, shaking his head.
Excuses. Here.
He takes the pouch from you and paints it with it once again.
This one shall be the ram, and this one the farmer.
Why?
Why not? I feel like it. Therefore, it is there. Look, this spot here is empty. What do you want it to be?
Maybe a bull.
Alright, bull it is.
The both of you draw together until the sky is almost full with the stars. Liudlao looks to the east, and when he notices the final moments of dusk, he pets your shoulder.
My time is up.
Liudlao looks at you, his back against the setting sun.
I had a lot of fun painting the sky with you. Once again, thank you for bringing me back the stars. See you again tomorrow?
You nod as Liet Lao begins to fade away along with the sun.
See you tomorrow.
When Liet Lao finally gone, and darkness has consumed the night, you leave the peak of the mountain with a smile on your mouth.
Wasn't worth it?
His voice, however low, cuts through the night like the sharp point of stone. You turn to face Libulan, expecting to see the wolf angry at what you have done. Except, it's not the moon god that you meet. At least, you don't think he is. Instead, sitting on the peak is a pig made of a mass as black as the empty sky itself. Starlit wounds and thorns protruding from his face and body, and a small broken moon, so dark it almost blends with the night, hides behind him. The only color is his wrist, red, bloodied, and cascading down the length of his arm. He's a memory of what he used to be, a violent restoration of a god who chose to dream.
Was what worth it?
You know what I mean.
You know what? Let's remain silent. You and Libulan stare at the darkness in front of you in silence. Until it breaks finally. The deity palms over his eyes and sobs quietly.
Why do you hate me? Why is it always my brother?
Look, I don't hate you, but you must understand, I have the heavens and the earth to protect.
Libulan's hands part, revealing a face covered with blood and starlight.
Perhaps this is my fate. To be unchosen and unloved forever.
That is not true. One day, you will find someone who will choose you as you are.
A thin lock of silence holds between you and the moon god.
Do you actually know that to be the truth?
Though you try to think of an answer, the only thing that comes out of you is a permeating quiet.
No.
I don't blame you for thinking that.
Libulan points to the dark moon in the sky.
Do you see that? It blends with the night. But you can almost see it.
I do.
Every day, every night, I sit on that moon. And on those days and nights, I always wondered why I was not loved like my brother. But through your love of him, you have shown me the truth. And now, I realize it. I am flawed. Hideous. So hideous that I could never be chosen for who I am. If only I could place the stars in the night. People would look at me with a sense of beauty for the first time.
He raises his arms to the moon.
Yet, the chance is taken away from me. I can never be as beautiful as my brother. And with it, never loved.
Oh, Libulan.
You cross your hands with the moon deity. Your finger traces the wounds on his wrist as you lift both hands together, shoulder level. His lips tremble as you do so, face still wet and wounded from centuries of agony shaped like thorns.
I'm sorry.
You lift Libulan's veil, thumb passing over a wound on his cheek, an aftermath of starlight. He winces, gasps from the pain, and from him you begin to understand the ruin of many mortal lives.
Maybe if things were different, it would not have ended up this way.
Libulan gently pushes you away, wiping the tears on his face clean. He smiles as despair accepted as a dream lost forever.
I don't know. I think it would have all been the same anyway. In a different world, in a different time, we would have been together. But I guess not in this world, where my brother is always favored over me.
Doesn't have to be.
I don't understand.
He wiped the blood and tear off of Liboulan's face and lifted his hand.
The stars and the sun are all beyond us now. I can still choose you. Right here, right now. That is, if you allow me.
Sidopa, we're playing for both teams? Liboulan casts his gaze downward.
How can I believe that? If all you have done is throw me away and overpower me?
His voice trembles as he cries up once again.
Laugh at me, mock me, beat me, if cruelty of the darkness is all you have ever known. But please, don't make me hope like this. Don't make me feel like I have a chance at ever being loved.
Then, don't believe me. Just let me show you.
As you reach for Liboulan's hand, he flinches, but defeated, resigns into your touch.
I'm tired.
It's okay. I'm here.
You rise together with him silently. His legs shake, the light weight of his body leaning on you. If it were not for the rough touch of his marred arms, it is as if he is not there at all. Blood stains your scale and sarong, the smell of iron scant on your nose as you slowly walk with the Liboulan. Eventually, he gives in and falls to the ground. When you catch him, he holds your bicep, looking at you all crying. Looking at you all crying and shit.
Death, make me mortal.
What do you...
Please, take me to the afterlife. Make me nothing. I don't want to be who I am anymore.
You pull the deity to a hug as he sobs on your neck.
Things will be fine.
And then you notice it, the slow fading of his body.
Wait, no. What are you doing?
You try to grasp his hand, but your touch passes right over it. You feel for his arm, and they fade away as well. You attempt to hold his body, only to have nothing but the slow fading of his body. Liboulan goes limp on your arms. As the two of you share gazes, Liboulan tries to caress a faded hand over your tear-wet cheek.
Thank you for seeing me, even if it was only for a night.
Twink destroyed. When you can no longer touch him, no sign of the moon god remains but the blood-sliced starlight where he used to be. You stand up, quietly. Then you descend to your hut. You open the door, lying down on the mat. Beside you is the place where you first saw him. The moon god is gone. In the end. Yay! That was nice.
We still have a few more endings to see.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, let's go fully into the Twink. Ooh, well, we will explore this route though.
You know what I mean.
And we know. An involuntary smile creeps up on your face as you think of the moment with Liadlao once again. It fades when you look at the moon god. Oh, this is the even more asshole-ish route. And I will do it all over again if I have to. Tears gather in Liboulan's eyes, his face scrunching in abject rage as he hugs himself together.
I hate you. Do you hear me? If I could, I would forcefully take your duty away from you and shove death and darkness down your throat again and again until you have no sense of who you are. I would destroy you countless times over.
Just hearing those words make you recoil against yourself, even amongst mortals who despair you so much as to spend their whole life staving you away. No other entity, be it mortal or deity, have met you with such scorn and indignation.
But you're not death, are you? You do not, and will never have, my duty.
Libulon grips himself tighter, claws digging into his skin until they bleed just like his wrist. He looks at you with flowing tears, teeth clenched tight together.
I curse you! I curse you to the deepest hearts of Yawa herself. No god shall bed you, or mortal shall fear your name. Every single waking moment of your life will be spent being despised.
You speak of being overlooked, yet your mouth is so dirty that it pushes others away. How can you expect to receive anything if you continue to live like this? Your brother is sociable, unlike you. If only you're not so guarded and withdrawn. If only you were just like him, he would have given some of his stars over to you.
Wrong!
Libulon screams. As his body continues to bleed, he covers his ears with his hands, staring wide-eyed and teary at the dark ground.
I will not listen to you, who is among countless of whom my brother charmed.
Be silent. You have a body for God, but act like a child throwing a tantrum. For once be mature and reflect, and from then on change. I, along with anyone else, will not be a pawn for your shallow games.
With closed ears, Libulon does not respond. Blood and tears alike wash the grass beneath your feet and his. His fingers dig deep into his ears, and they too begin to bleed. You stand quietly in front of him. Eventually, Libulon's hold on himself eases. His hands fall onto his legs, head raised to look at the pitch black sky. For a while, the two of you are silent. You fold your arms across your chest until the pig finally speaks.
I can never be looked at, can I?
No, not with what you are now.
I do not think I could be anything other than myself.
Then you shall rot alone forever.
You've seen enough, and descended down the mountain, apathetic to the rest of what Libulon has to say, apathetic to what this Twink has to say. End. Yippee! I think this is all of the routes we can explore, unfortunately. But I really do want to see more. I want to see the Libulon route.
Yeah, it'd be interesting at least.
Yeah. Oh! We're continuing. You're dreaming. And then you are by a beach. The water is dark and murky, ebbing and flowing with the sands as if trying to reach out to you. You peer beyond the waters, but as always the night sky find nothing save the dark expanse of it. Something pads against the water, a silhouette of a person you can't clearly see in the distance. The figure approaches. You eventually recognize a mature woman standing with a long wooden oar on a bamboo raft as she pushes it toward you. Before her feet is an oddly familiar person lying still. When she comes closer, you recognize who the person on her feet is. Libulon the boar.
Night sky is only a fraction of what it needs to be. You have done your duty, Silapa, but there is still much to be done.
I did not expect content after the end. Who are you?
You have met me before, have you not? You certainly walked in my eye before.
There's only one goddess who rides with a bamboo raft, the very woman who rules the dark seas, the goddess of oceans and underworld herself, the other half of the universe, wife to the skies and mother of all. You are Maguayan. Why are you meeting with me?
Listen, Sidapa. There are things far greater than either of us here. The night sky is incomplete, empty, void. Aid me so we can pry from a meaningless eternity a chance of it being born.
What did you do to Lebulan?
Worry not, he is safe in my arms. The next time he wakes, however, he will be suffering. But is suffering not a fundamental experience of life? If we do not suffer, how should we know if we are alive?
Is life not meaningless?
Only alone. Only if you think a single piece or thread does not exist in relation to a larger, complete framework. But we do not live alone. We live in a world of butterflies, of people, of high-peaked mountains and rainbows of colored fish. And from such experience, meaning is born.
The goddess puts a reverent hand on the pig.
Do you see Libulan here? He is tragedy, a life born in darkness, lived in darkness, and ended in darkness. He is the abrupt ending of a dream once chased. What do you think is the difference between a life like that and a life not lived at all?
The difference is, or there is no difference. Yeah, there's a difference.
Never mind. I shall hear no answer from you. Whatever answers we have, we will not be able to convince each other. One thing only is for certain. Libulan has changed you, has he not?
What am I doing here?
To bear witness to me, so you may know the purpose of your actions, and pave the way for the birthing of the night sky.
But why me? I'm only death. What can I do?
It is you who has met Libulan, and it is through your actions that it changes. I will put you back in time, to the same time when you first met Libulan. Bring me a different moon, so the night sky may be born. No, awaken.
End question mark? That was very neat. I agree. We couldn't communism the stars. That's very cute. Very cute. Thank you, Eric. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much for being here. And like and subscribe. Stay Yeeny. Bye-bye. Bye, YouTube.
He's using us for content. He's using us for...
I'm stay Yeeny.